I am grateful for this opportunity to congratulate you on behalf of the members of the Washington Elementary School District Board on your great accomplishment. You've finished elementary school and you're ready to move on to the next stage of your schooling, high school. And not only have you successfully completed your elementary school career, but you managed to do it in a year like no other. This year, full of Google Meets, Pear Decks, Chromebooks, and quarantines was rough, but you did it. Congratulations. However, remember you did not do it alone. I want to offer my thanks and congratulations to the families, parents, teachers, staff, friends, and others who have helped each of you and all of you to get to this point, and who will no doubt continue to support you as you move on in your educational journey. In your time in school, you have worked to gain skills and knowledge that you will need as you continue to learn and to grow. You have built a foundation on which you will continue to build your future. As a high school teacher myself, I have spent more time in high school than most people ever will. So I hope you will allow me to share one piece of advice as you begin the next stage of your journey. In high school, you will have new opportunities, you will meet new people, you will experience new independence, and you will make many, many choices. I would encourage you as wholly as I can to choose to get involved, to be willing to step outside your comfort zone and to stretch yourself. One of my favorite quotes is from Rear Admiral Grace Hopper, who not only had a successful naval career, but was also a female pioneer in computer programming. She said, "A ship in port is safe, but that's not what ships are built for." In this metaphor, you, of course, are the ship, and the port is the comfortable, unchallenging routine that you might be tempted to settle into even as you transition into high school. I challenge you to step outside of your port, to be willing to try new things, and to push yourself to experience all that high school has to offer you. I have never had a student tell me that they wish they had spent more time at home by themselves instead of participating in the clubs, sports, co-curricular activities, and the many school events that will be offered to you. I have, however, heard students express regret that they have hesitated to step up or failed to take advantage of opportunities and experiences that came their way. Do not be that student. Seize the opportunities that arise. Take advantage of the experiences offered to you. With the help of your family, friends, and teachers, move out of the port and into the sea of possibilities. It is vast, it is full of adventure, and it is yours. Congratulations to each of you, and I wish you so much success and adventure as you move ahead.
Welcome to the 8th grade promotion ceremony for our Cholla Chargers. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to Xavier Sanchez, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Xavier, please come forward. Please stand for the pledge.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Xavier. Job well done. We're very proud of you. Good morning, parents, grandparents, and extended family members. Welcome to Cholla Middle School's recognition ceremony for our 2020-2021 8th grade class. I am Phil Garrettson, the principal at Cholla Middle School, and it is an honor to be with you today. On behalf of the 8th grade class, I want to thank you for supporting Cholla, our programs, and our teachers the past 2 years. Before we begin, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge a few people. At our district office, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Paul Stanton and Dr. Lynn Bailey for their leadership and support. To my left, your right, my assistant principal, Mrs. Mindy Palagi. Our instructional coach, Mrs. Christina Lee, our student service specialist, Mrs. Debbie Yarbrough, our social worker, Miss Julia Radliff, our office manager, Mrs. Monica Ramirez, and our facility manager, Mr. Raymond Vahar. I would be remiss if I did not mention our wonderful staff at Cholla. I am blessed to have such a dedicated group of teachers and staff members at Cholla. This staff cares deeply about our students, and it is an honor to work alongside them. To the 2020-21 8th grade class, Cholla Middle School says, congratulations. Yay, congratulations. You can clap for yourself. Your family, the entire Cholla staff, are so proud of your accomplishments while at Cholla. You see, in March 2020, when you're about to embark on your 4th quarter of your 7th grade year, we closed our doors for the rest of the year because of COVID-19. At the beginning of your 8th grade year, we started the year online. In October, we brought you back to school 2 days a week. Those that came were glad to be in school, but it really wasn't the same. You see, half of our students remained online. It wasn't the same. It's been a long night. The in-person hybrid model lasted for 5 weeks. For you math people, we only saw those students for 10 days during that 5-week span. Not nearly enough time. Told you. After the hybrid model ended, we said goodbye to our in-person students around mid-November. Really sorry. And in mid-November, we went back online. We continued that through the middle of March. If you think this was tough when I was writing this last night, it was a long night. On March 22nd, we opened our doors so that our students could return for the 4th quarter, 5 days a week with masks required at all times. However, it wasn't the same. Because half of our school, our student population, was at home online. We wanted all of our kids to return to school, but it was not meant to be. Many of you, and I mean many of you, had multiple schedule changes throughout all this. Despite all these changes, that came your way. You withstood every challenge. You persevered, and you took all those challenges and you faced them head on. You are to be commended for fighting the good fight, for charging forward. It is what we do at Cholla. We charge forward, we don't look back. Always remember that. I will conclude with this. Chargers, do not be afraid of your next challenge. Do not question yourself or your self-confidence, but rather work collaboratively with one another. Be honorable by doing the right thing and making good choices. Be open-minded by having a growth mindset. Be a leader just by example. And never, never stop your desire to learn new things. And lastly, be an achiever by setting goals and striving to attain those goals. If you follow the Cholla characteristics of a charger, the next 4 years in high school, you will be successful. This unique chapter in your journey it's ending. The next chapter begins in August, as you begin in high school, and then it ends in May of 2025, when you graduate from your respective high school. The number of school days in between those two dates, school days, is 720. 720 days. Make every one of those days count. We are so proud of you, and remember to always charge forward. Congratulations. Whew, that was rough, but it was worth it. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our first student speaker, Miss Nevaeh Carter.
Good morning, Cholla students and staff. My name is Nevaeh Carter, and I am a proud Cholla Charger. I plan on attending Higley or Williamsfield High. After high school, I want to go to Arizona State University, where I will study architecture. Each of us have our personal goals, and we have the potential to achieve those goals with hard work and determination. The past year is undoubtedly something that we, as a class, overcame and survived. The unusual became normal, and schools adapted to face sudden changes. Online school was not enjoyable to everyone, but with the guidance of teachers and staff, we strived through it all. With diligence, we reached the end of our middle school careers. Some of us were temporarily separated from loved ones, and for others, the loss was even greater. Experiences such as these provided us with greater reason to never let hardship stunt our growth. This pandemic has taught us that, when faced with obstacles, we must never give up. Doing so would be dishonoring these sacrifices. Instead, we know to follow our passions and do what excites us. High school is upon us, which many of us anxiously anticipate. Though our time here will never be forgotten, we must decide how to face the future. A journey awaits us, and the way we spend our time is critical. Our decisions make a difference. This is exactly why we are given a choice. We can either let this new opportunity become an unremarkable memory, or make this experience a testament of our continued resiliency. We know we are capable. With hard work and perseverance, we will accomplish our goals. In closing, I would like to give a personal thank you to Olivia, a friend who, if I ever fell, would laugh at me rather than helping me get up. Probably because she knows I can get up on my own. I also want to express an appreciation to all Cholla families. Thank you for providing us with the support we needed every step of the way. Let us all take a course of action together. The future is bright, and we can and will take up the torch to light our path using the embers of this experience. Thank you, and have a wonderful morning.
Thank you, Nevaeh. We appreciate you. Our next student speaker, I will call up Mr. Poya Ali.
Cholla Chargers, staff, teachers, I welcome you to the ceremony. Chargers, to have made it this far means that you will now transition to high school. Teachers, you have done well to teach your kids and make them progress. Staff, I thank you for supplying us with resources, food, and new TVs. I congratulate all of you for being diligent through these tough times. Some of us had to suffer casualties, losses, and friends due to COVID-19. But our will to endure and live on in this virus shows how we can charge forward, how we go on with restrictions and make the best of it, how we have bent the rules to our favor and succeeded when we were most desperate. And now, 8th graders, your high school experience will be gleeful when the pandemic is over. No more masks, no more restrictions, and all handshakes will be accepted. Whether it will be Cortez, Apollo, Boone Valley, Greenway, any high school, they will all accept you. There will be staff to care for you. And if you do fall under hard times with the school, know that your relatives will be there. And if not, Cholla and its staff will welcome you and always be there. From kindergarten to 8th grade, you will now transition to one of the most important parts of your life. High school is no time to jest or to slack off. This will be your hardest challenge yet. And if you can make it, you can accomplish such feats that Cholla will be proud of. Whether it will be joyful, pitiful, heartbreaking, or embarrassing, we must move on. And to move on, we must charge headfirst into the fray of life, to charge forward. I would also like to give 3 shout-outs. Xavier Davis Byerly, Andres Arancibia Rodriguez, and Josh Katzman. Were it not for these 3 friends of mine, I never would have gone through school. Their support has given me countless times not to end myself. They are some of the most important friends I have ever made.
Well done. Thank you very much, Poya. At this time now, I'd like to introduce to you Mrs. Mindy Pelagi, Cholla Middle School's Assistant Principal.
Good morning. First, I must start with congratulations. You made it to the end of the year. Many would say that you survived the toughest school year ever, but you did more than survive. Yes, it was tough. However, we can't forget about the silver linings of this year. Some may view this year as a year of missed opportunities and special moments never had. But I challenge all of you to view it as a year that can be used to propel yourself forward. See, you learned many new skills this year, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention a few of them. Normally, my speech at promotion is about acknowledging your accomplishments in athletics, performing arts, and clubs. With this year being unlike any other, I'd like to instead highlight the unusual experiences that shaped your 8th grade year. You lived through a historical event, and it affected each of you very differently. Some students thrived in virtual learning and experienced their greatest academic achievements this year. Some took care of younger siblings while managing online classes and quickly learned the challenges of being a parent pulled in many directions. And some of you, perhaps all of you, got a taste of what it might be like to work from home in your pajamas someday. Moving forward, remember this. You are a young person who did the impossible. If you told me or Mr. Garrettson 1 year ago that right now we would be finishing a school year with a significant amount of virtual learning behind us, we'd shake our heads and say, that's just not possible. But it was, and it happened, and we were wrong to ever think that. You made it possible. You demonstrated flexibility, focus, determination, and that growth mindset that your teachers have been talking about for years. You showed up for your Google Meets, and sometimes you didn't. But you're here now, and in many ways, this year has shaped you to become a person ready for the unknown. Use this experience as a gift and something that can keep moving you forward. In the future, when adults, or even your friends around you say, that's just not possible, I challenge you to smile and say, yes it is, and I've done impossible things before, because this year, you did. Congratulations again to our 8th grade class of 2021. I am so proud of each and every one of you.
Thank you, Mrs. Pelagi. I definitely could not do my job without you. Next, we'd like to introduce to you our 4th student speaker, and that is Miss Olivia Martinez.
I'm small.
Hello, Cholla staff and students. My name is Olivia Martinez. Thank you for being here today. This past school year has been chaotic. We faced a devastating pandemic, social distancing, and online school. Transferring to online school was a challenge, from setting up laptops to getting into meets and Wi-Fi issues. It felt wonderful to finally return to school, something most of us will never take for granted again. But, as you will hear from the speakers today and have already heard, many lessons were learned from our collective experiences, both in and out of school. The pandemic not only impacted our education, but each of us personally. Most of us know someone who became ill or had our family separate temporarily. And sadly, in too many cases, people lost loved ones. For myself, I was lucky. I did not lose anyone to the disease, but I did experience the fear all of us felt when I saw my mother, a nurse, selflessly serving others on the front lines of the scourge. This demonstration of strength taught me the greatest lessons I learned this year. First and foremost, each of us has an obligation to use our gifts to help others whenever an opportunity presents itself. Thank you, Mom, for doing just that. And thank you to all frontline workers for setting this example. We see your sacrifice. We also thank the teachers that have shaped us along the way. Furthermore, we would be remiss not to thank our family and friends who have supported us through the years. Personally, I would like to thank Nevaeh Carter, my best friend, for always giving me just the right reasons to keep going. This pandemic also taught us the value of human relationships. We never really know what we're missing until it's taken from us, whether that be familial, friendship, or even romantic relations. COVID-19 reminded us to cherish the ones we love most. While some of us have waited more than a year to see some family members, all of us anticipate the day that we can high-five and shake hands again without immediately reaching for a glob of hand sanitizer. Humans naturally crave contact, and social distancing is not natural. Yet, we persevered. Today, everyone is now eligible for a vaccine, mask mandates are beginning to loosen, and the world is settling back into a state of normalcy. Most exciting, we are reconnecting. President Franklin D. Roosevelt said it best: "If civilization is to survive, we must cultivate the science of human relationships, the ability of all people of all kinds to live together in the same world at peace." Let's face it, people need people. So as a class, we move forward together, for we have experienced something no one has seen for a century, but we did it together. We will look back at this experience and be able to say, I was there, I survived that, and I did it with my loved ones by my side. Let us not forget the lessons we learned, to cherish those you love now, for we all know the only thing predictable about life is its unpredictability. And as my English teacher, Miss McKeever, said, if a good life means facing challenges, bring it on. Thank you.
Bring it on. That's right. Good advice, Mrs. McKeever. Our last student speaker of the morning is Mr. Lin Ong.
Good morning, Cholla staff and students. My name is Lin Ong, and thank you for having me here today. The 2020-21 school year has been a year riddled with difficulties. There is no doubt that this is one of the most demanding school years of the 21st century. The COVID pandemic has taken an undeniable toll on the world, of which includes taking away from us our time, our resources, and most importantly, the lives of many, many great individuals. The global presence of the virus can only be described as devastating, and its effects on everyday activities that we take for granted cannot be understated. Do not, however, be discouraged, as we're on the verge of better times. Although we endured a valley of great challenges, we also stand at a falcon point in history. We are pioneers, innovators, the first generation to successfully navigate the virtual learning environment. This year, we laid the foundation for future students, a foundation that will allow anyone, anywhere, to seek an education where there otherwise might not be any. The restraints of distance, physical disabilities, and other limitations will soon be of irrelevance when blockading in the path of education. Following this year, the method of online schooling will no longer be merely a novel concept, rather a fully fledged, tried and tested alternative to on-campus learning. Congratulations to each and every one of you, especially my classmates, for achieving and contributing to such a wonderful school year. Let's also not forget our teachers, our parents, and staff members who are working restlessly to ensure the quality of our education in such a demanding time. Finally, I want to ask you this. If you're able to master this monumental obstacle, if you're able to strive even through these times, what else can you do? What great destiny awaits? Best wishes, enjoy your summer, and thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Job well done. Now at this time, we do a time-honored tradition here at Cholla Middle School where we honor kids who have achieved academically for 2 straight years. And what I mean by that is a 4.0 for their 7th grade year and a 4.0 for their 8th grade year. That's every quarter, 4 quarters in 7th grade, and 4 quarters in 8th grade. And we have a few recipients, a couple, and we'd like to honor them with just a small token of our appreciation for their hard work. Our first recipient of just being outstanding academically, a 4.0 for both 7th and 8th grade is Nevaeh Carter. Come on up. Stand on the star. She gets to stand on the star and stare at her parents for a little bit. Not yet. A few more. Wait for it. Okay, you're good. Well done. Our second recipient and final recipient, 4.0 in 7th grade, 4.0 in 8th grade, straight A's for both grades, is Seneca Pierce. Stand on the star. You're welcome. Seneca gets to stand on the star as well and stare into the screen and figure out life right now. Wait for it. Well done, Seneca.
Ramon Bravo is supposed to speak.
Is he here?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I goofed because I did not know that, because I'm going to back this up a little bit, that Ramon was here. He is our other speaker. Sometimes the best plans just go a little awry. I apologize, Ramon. I did not know you were here. Welcome back. It's all yours.
Hello, Cholla staff and students. I am honored to be here today to give this speech. It felt like just yesterday that I had arrived here. At first, coming to Cholla was a scary idea, not only because I would be around new people, but the amount of people that I would be surrounded by. That fear slowly faded away as I got to meet new friends and teachers. They made me feel comfortable in a place that I never thought I would be. As an online student, I missed coming to school and going through the first half of the day waiting for lunch to come around just so that I could hang around with my friends that always made me laugh and smile. I will definitely miss the moments that I won the school spelling bee and being known as the spelling bee kid to anyone who didn't know me. I get past each day by remembering that great things never come from comfort zones. And this past year has shown me that, and I'm sure that most 8th graders here can relate to that. What this motivational phrase means is that you have to step out of your comfort zone to see progress and or change. You cannot stay in your comfort zone and expect to see any growth, especially during the time. We struggle because our minds have been full of stress from living through a pandemic, and being in a pandemic doesn't help with growth in any areas that you wish to excel in. Being an online student for more than half of junior high has shown me how much I actually enjoy going to school every day and seeing the teachers and my friends. It has shown me how hard and uncomfortable life can be at times. Just remember that change is uncomfortable, and this change just happened out of nowhere and so fast.
It came into our lives in a blink of an eye, and it has made us transfer into a new environment in which we have never been in. So it's okay if you have been stressed and uncomfortable. Most people in this gym can relate to what I'm trying to convey. No matter whether you are in person or online, you felt the struggle of learning through a pandemic. I want to thank every teacher here for doing their absolute best through teaching us through this pandemic. I know that some 8th graders will remember the awkward moment when teachers called you out about your little boo thing or your crush. Those were good times. This memory that I'm about to share isn't so much of an embarrassing one, but a humorous one. To anyone who knows me, you know that my hair has always been at a medium length, while last year, halfway through 7th grade, wouldn't be the case. I had my hair cut to about ½ an inch in length. The faces and reaction of those who saw me was the funniest thing ever. Now look at me standing here a year later with long hair. Another memory some 8th graders will recall is in Miss Tompkins' class when we made characters from Hamlet. Poor 7th grade us made some distorted and mutilated paper characters, but you know, it's the effort that counts. Do you guys remember when we had to pop the balloons on the chairs out on the field? Well, I can respectfully say that I didn't do so good, but there were some students who were doing fantastically. I also remember coming to the teacher versus dodgeball game. Kind of felt bad for throwing dodgeballs at teachers. Forgive me if I ever did hit you with one. It's okay though, because the teachers won. I'm just playing. We all know that the students definitely won. The dodgeball game is one of, if not my favorite moment at Cholla, and it will not be forgotten by me. Coming to Cholla did scare me, but I enjoyed my time here, and I will definitely miss everyone here. I know that the feeling I had when I first came here will be the same as I transfer into high school and with more people. To any of my friends and or acquaintances that aren't going to Apollo, have fun in high school, and I will miss you guys. I am so happy I was able to be in your class, Mr. Vashon, Ms. Gaston, Ms. Tompkins, Ms. Savitz, Ms. Reichs, Coach Tyler, Ms. Cano, Mr. Williams, Ms. Ladarth, Ms. Anderson, Ms. Simone, and last but not least, Ms. Dunham. Thank you.
So one of my memories, speaking of memories, is when Ramon in 7th grade was our spelling bee champ. And we went out, myself and I think Ms. Savitz went to the district office to watch him perform. And he did very, very well. Do you remember the word?
I don't know.
I don't remember the word that he missed either. I thought for sure that Ramon would remember the word that he missed because he missed the word. You don't remember it?
No.
It wasn't that important to him, but it was a memory that I will have with Ramon. So thank you for being here. I apologize that I missed you. Job well done. Give him a round of applause. So there's one other student that, kind of a late arrival, if you will, so I don't have a certificate printed for her, but I was told by a little birdie that this student scored a 100% on her honors geometry CRT. And we're very proud of that. I know her teacher is very proud of that. So I don't have her name on the screen, and I apologize for that, but it was very last minute. But I wanted to acknowledge her and give her that same star opportunity for her parents. 100% on the honors geometry CRT, and that is, got to get her last name, Naomi Walsh. And gosh darn it, she's online, so my bad. But hey, Naomi Walsh, those of you that are in Flex, Naomi Walsh, 100%. And I knew she was online. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I did. All right. So we're going to scoot over now to our presentation of the Cholla Middle School 8th graders. Just to our audience just how that's going to happen. We're going to be calling, our homeroom teachers are going to be calling student names, and they'll be coming down each of the aisles, and they're going to just kind of fist bump myself and Mrs. Pelagi, and they're going to have a little star treatment as well. So they're going to stop on the star and stare into the camera and give you a little wave and say that they love you inside, okay? So at this time, I would like Miss Arana's class to work their way to the back of the room. And I'd like to introduce to you to Miss Arana.
First up, Tyson Brummett. Please hold applause to the end. Thank you. Natalie Cruz Gasada. Luna de los Santos. Jairo Gomez. Ashley Guerrero Barajas. Jesús Medrano Rodríguez. Mia Mendoza. Evelise Ramirez. Samuel Rios. Leonel Robles. Jacob Schockerbauer. Ariana Silva. Angelo Thomas. A round of applause for my homeroom. Now for Mr. Blade's homeroom, Brooke Anderson. Vaughn Douglas. Elizabeth Richards. A round of applause for Mr. Blade's homeroom.
And now Miss Dunham's homeroom. Poya Ali. Riley Barker. Hannah Buttles. Nevaeh Carter. Xavier Byerly. Nicholas Diaz. Carmelo Go. Gwen Grass. Isaiah Gustafson. Joshua Katzman. Addie Lauder. Olivia Martinez. Tammy No. Anthony Ochoa. Mario Olvera. Seneca Pierce. Omar Puebla. Keely Squires. Casey Tran. Round of applause for Miss Dunham's homeroom.
Now I'd like to introduce Miss Gaston.
morning. Tristan Alvarado. Michael Anthony. Kathleen Barnaby. Gabriel Bernias. Iris Duran Lopez. I'm sorry, I skipped a name. Luis Carrillo. Sorry, Luis. Iris Duran Lopez. James Gomez. Alex Hensley. Miriam Padilla. Kelsey Perez Alejo. Dylan Riley. Kayla Tallman. Edwin Terrazas Beltran. Isabella Urias. Johanna. Gio Zamora Garcia. Round of applause.
All right, at this time, I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Gutierrez.
First up, we have Hanan Albaderi. Cristian Armenta Castro. Andy Baena Ocampo. Kiwan Barnes. Jose Barraza Mendoza. Angel Brinkley. Isabel Chavez. Julian Gramajo Perez. Christopher Jimenez. Yasmin Jimenez Auduelo. Kayla Elizabeth Leon Romero. Jaleesa Mars. Rodrigo Méndez Javier. Iju Pino. Antoine Sanchez Lopez. Isaiah Rodriguez. No, so it wasn't supposed to be included. That's Antoine Sanchez Lopez. Stop. Juan Ta. Give a round of applause for my homeroom.
All right, next up, Miss Casales' class.
Kayla Avila Martinez. Lily Champion. Zakia Fogi. Jalab Jalab. Marisol Galvin. Isaiah Grant. Johnny Ledoucier. Kayla Marshall. Ruby Mendoza Lopez. MJ Muzaffarovs. Aliana Reyes. Sierra Rios. Steven Robles. Jorge Salguero Corona. Randy Ray Tutur. Oscar Vargas Espinoza. Nevaeh Wagner. Please help me congratulate my homeroom.
All righty, next up, Ms. Moan's class.
Matthew Bagley. Aurora Estelle Driver. Salma Eraso Alonso. Vanessa Galvez. Aiden Halfar. Anthony Hitson. Xavier Sanchez. Jackie Sanchez. Joanna Surratt. Katana Tomakanti. Juliana Valencia Camacho. Hunter Wells. Javon Ray. Round of applause for Miss Moan's homeroom.
Next up, Miss Savitt's class.
Adan Abdullahi. Fizan Ahmad. Rodrigo Amador Chino. Cindy Barone Cardenas. Jesse Burns. John Burns. Zakara Burns. Elvin Carrion. Alan Duarte Rios. Kayla Gage. Haven Gould. Hector Juarez Games. Esther Anna Sengi. Yahir Orozco Para. Jacob Sacedo. Andre Shepard. Lena Stevens. Would you join me in congratulating my homeroom?
All right, next up, Miss Siddharth's homeroom.
Kaylin Burt Stovall. Daisiana Carvajal. Antonio Carlos Garcia. Daniel Arturo Duque Aguilar. Alicia Floriani. Abel Garcia. Jesse Gigo. Sofia Gonzalez Gamboa. Jocelyn Henderson. Yaslin Lopez Guzman. Taylina McCrae. Victor Mendoza. Ryer Pete. Jose Rodriguez Gonzalez. Annalise Romano Johnson. Lori Wells. Jaylyn Whitfield. Please join me in congratulating my homeroom.
Next up, we have Miss Traber's homeroom.
Good morning. Kiavi Bakari Brown. Katie Baker. Bernice Carrillo. Jace Crossland. Tyler Davis. JJ Estrada. Colin Ferris. Caitlin Farmer. Joshua Francisco Prieto. Ashlyn Haas. Mohammed Ashraf. Josephine Murillo Villa. Zamira Murillo. Eliezer Ortiz. Travis Reeder. Jordan Sepulveda. Vincent Cerna. Evan Souders. Sarah Tallman. Kiera Tillender. Kyla Williams. Yanira Suarez. Congratulations, Ms. Traber's homeroom.
And last but certainly not least, Ms. Wheeler's homeroom class.
Camden Canberra. Melissa Delgado Mendoza. Jaden Hernandez. Adam Loriano. Jesse Lopez. Isabella Maris. Jackson Morrison Alviar. Sebastian Satterfield. Landon Stevens. Amaris Vilhauer. Congratulations to Wheeler Homeroom.
Eighth graders, congratulations to the class of 2025. Do you realize that? You're the class of 25. Give you a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause. Parents watching, grandparents, extended family members, thank you so much for watching this. We wish it were in person, but we hope that we've done it justice. Thank you so much for your support of our programs here at Cholla. I said that earlier. We couldn't do this without you. It's been an honor this year. It's been a tough year, but these kids persevered through all of the changes that they had to jump over and hurdle, and we're very proud of them. So I present to you the class of 2025. Well done, class. Again, I appreciate you watching, and that concludes our promotion ceremony for the 2020-2021 school year. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Dr. Paul Stanton, the very proud superintendent of the Washington Elementary School District. You know, I've been saying this for 6 years, but this year it seems a little more special. I always start with a disclaimer. You're not going to remember this speech, these words. You're not meant to, because they're my words. Instead, you should remember your words. You did it, you made it, you are moving forward. You are becoming a student of life. Now, before we move on, let's thank everyone that helped us get to this point. Thank you, families, parents, guardians, neighbors, and all those that help lift our students up. Thank you, staff, teachers, administrators, social workers, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, everybody. You are the miracle workers, the essential human beings. Thank you for loving and caring and molding these students. Students, you are the teachers this year. You are the leaders. This year, and we the adults, well, we're the learners. You have shown us so many traits that we cannot teach you, but only marvel at. You have taught us how to balance your family demands, your school demands, your friend demands, your demands. You taught us that learning is so much more than subjects. Learning is juggling schedules, sharing technology, getting online, mastering meetings, getting frustrated, trying again, laughing, crying, succeeding, and doing it again tomorrow. You showed us that learning is how to watch over your siblings, over your guardians, over your parents, and how to help them through this once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. You contributed, you helped, you persevered, you made it. Remember this moment, as it will serve you well today, tomorrow, in high school, in college, in the military, in life. You see, you can't teach overcoming adversity, overcoming hardship, overcoming fear, but you learn from it. You learn how to deal with it. You learn that it did not define you, and now you can apply it to other situations that will come your way. That is real life learning. To say we're proud, well, that's just an understatement. Our lives are better because of you this year. Whether you're online, in person, hybrid, you touched our hearts and our minds in so many ways. You're not going to remember the speech, these words. You're not meant to, because they're my words. But you need to remember your words. You did it. You made it. You are moving forward. You are students of life. Class of 2021, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to learn from and with you.